Hello everyone, this is AD with Kosmostrology and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie. This is going to be about what can I expect in the next 7 days. So this will be technically a timeless reading. You can click on it at any time. So this is 7 days from this reading. So this is a Monday. So 7 days from Monday, which will be next Monday. And whatever space-time continuum you're on, this will be looking at that. So I've left it pretty open-ended, guys. As far as the spirit guides, I'm just like, what should this person know? So we'll see what comes up. I really am going in here pretty blind. Just what's up with the next 7 days. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take a moment to meditate, guys. I do want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for watching the freaking Get Ready With Me. That was something new. It's something I've been really scared to do, to be honest. And I'm just so grateful for the little crew that we have going, the space cadets that we have taken off. So I really, really challenge you. This is just a message from my heart. If you're watching this intro, I really challenge you, people. If you have something that you've been wanting to do, but you've been nervous to do it, please do it. You'll be received with open arms. Like, just live your best, do your best, do not scare yourself away from your blessings. And that is really what I have to say. Is kind of like the general collective. So we're going to move into pile 1. I forgot to set my timer, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now, and then we will get into your readings, guys. So give me 2 seconds. I just wanted to hop into it. Like, I didn't even think it all the way through. All right, so, okay, let's get into it. So pile 2, you can go right there. Pile 3, you can go right there. Alrighty, scoochy. Okay. Hello, pile 1. This is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie. This is what can I expect in the next 7 days. I've left this pretty open. It's pretty general. We're going to hop straight into it. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into your Cosmo Quickie, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. So this is the Tiger's Eye crystal. Just a little tidbit. Of course, we'll pull the other crystals. We're going to start with astrology cards per usual. If you've been here, if you're new, welcome. But we're going to look at astrology cards. Please remember that I do subscribe to Vedic, so my placements might be a little bit different than yours, but the energies will read about the same. So this is for pile 1, Cosmo Quickie. What can I expect in the next 7 days? And we are hitting the timer. Go. Okay. So we're starting off here, wow, fire element, desire. So a lot of wants. So Sagittarius, Aries, Leo represented here, Aquarius. It's so funny. Every time I feel like we do these cards, we always get these eclipsing energies. So something off the rip is really telling me that you want to stand out. You want to stand out for something, but pile 1 at this point in time, I don't know if you know what that is. We'll dig into it, but that's what I'm getting. You're like, I'm ready to stand out. I'm ready to bust out. I'm ready to do my thing, but I don't really know. It's like all dressed up with nowhere to go. It's kind of like that. That's the term that I keep hearing. So that could be in the next 7 days. Woo! Part of fortune increase. Beautiful. Virgo energy here. So I am getting that you are analyzing your self-image. Like you're really concerned about how you were received and how you are projected out into the world. Of course, we'll have to dig into that. But I really do feel like you're just trying to PR yourself, like your public relations. You're your own public relations person. Maybe for some of you guys, you really have been called to like increase your social media presence. So you're like, I really need to get on social media. I really need to start putting myself out there. I just feel like there's this desire to stand out. There's this desire to become a star, but you're thinking about how to do that within the next 7 days. How can I increase my status is really what I'm getting. Oh yeah, Chiron, healing, and Aries, I am. So yeah, I just get this long desire within the next 7 days for you to be like, I need to figure out where I fit. Perhaps in the past, you've carried certain doubts about yourself. I'm hearing specifically living like an Aries, and I'm an Aries moon, and let me tell you, Aries, Oh, you know, that energy, it just goes for it. You might not have I mean, everybody has access to all energies, but maybe you don't have a significant placement in Aries, or it's in a dark house. So it might be in like a water house, or you might have fire in your water houses, which would probably give you an earth rising. Just a tidbit. That's for some people, not for everyone. But I do feel like you keep your desires on hush, but there's something gnawing at you within this next 7 days that like, that's not what you want to do anymore. So you're healing this image of I am. You're like, I'm meant to be living like an Aries. I'm meant to step out. I want these darker qualities of me to stand out in a way. It's kind of what I'm getting. Like, you want to put yourself out there. You're probably just figuring out how. But this is amazing. I love that the healing card came out. And normally I take 5, and so these 2 came out. So I took them. But it just feels like you're healing, like, who am I? You're starting to ask that question and answer that question. Now, you might not have that within the next 7 days. I'm not like, bazinga, I understand now. Like, I'm not putting that type of pressure on you. But I do feel like you're starting to think about it. Who am I outside of this collective energy? How do I stand out? And you're going to start going towards that. Oh, this is funny. This is my little chart. I didn't even realize it. But yeah, so boom. Oh, wow. Beautiful Leo energy. Again, I just feel like it really is coming out of that Aquarius where you're thinking of the connection. Some of you guys might have Rahu in Leo or Rahu in the 5th house. Because I just imagine that you're really starting to embrace that, like, I need a crown. I need to put myself out there. Maybe some of you, I'm hearing hot girl summer, hot boy summer. You're just like, this summer, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the damn thing. I don't know what the freak I'm doing, but I'm doing it, period. Earth energy here. So what did I mentioned that earth energy. So I feel like some of you have earth placements, earth rising, earth moon specifically in Vedic astrology, remember. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, we got Virgo represented double. So there really is this energy here where you're just trying to figure out, get a practical plan for how to shine. Virgo again. So hey, Virgos. Hello, Virgos. And I know that Virgo energy, particularly Virgo risings and Virgo moons, and perhaps Virgo Venus, I'm hearing too. They're really concerned about, how do I come off to others? What am I presenting? Like, that's something that is very important to them. It's image. So I just imagine that, like, this is all about image, perfecting, curating that image. Gemini energy. So yeah, you want to change. You really want to change. Perhaps some of you want to do like a whole, you might want to be developing like an alter ego is kind of what I'm hearing with that Gemini energy. You're like stepping out of yourself. Perhaps you are more of the earth kind, but you want to step into the more fire elements of your chart. So I imagine that you're just trying to reinvent yourself. Is kind of what I'm getting, because Geminis are really good for just constantly reinventing themselves, becoming new. So perhaps you've hit a wall where you are and you're just like, I need something fresh. I need something hip. I want to stand out. I want to put myself out there. Water. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio represented here. And I think that your intuition is knocking at you to move forward. You know, pile 1, that's really what I'm getting. So it's funny because you have everything represented here. You have water, fire, earth, and air. And Virgo is it's ruled by Mercury, so it's a very airy sign also. In its own way. Virgo's very interesting placement, interesting energies, excuse me. But I really do feel like that's where all this contradiction is coming up. So be careful. I am hearing, be careful not to overwhelm yourself. You know, just put one foot in front of the other. You don't have to do everything. Like, just have some images of people that you like, especially if you're doing like social media or in some of that way. You know, get a little portfolio of things that you like, copy. Copy. You know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything has been done before. Borrow. You know, if you see somebody that you like, you take something, get inspired by that, and then you make it your own and you be an original in that. That is really that Leo Aquarius kind of dance. How do I take something and make it my own? So don't overwhelm yourself. You're going to start seeing that people did exactly what you want to do, and they started where you are now, where they felt like, man, I don't have anything to do. I want to get an image. I want to get myself out there. And then they just started putting in that work, that earth energy towards that pinnacle energy. So that's what I'm getting for as far as like the astrology. Let's look into the tarot deck. So we're starting here with the 5 of Cups, the Hermit, more Virgo energy, and the 2 of Pentacles again. I just get like this energy here where pile 1, you felt like very isolated. You felt misunderstood with the 5 of Cups to the Hermit card. You felt like things are up in the air. You don't really know what to do. Is it yin? Is it yang? Is it left? Is it right? Do I fit in here? Do I belong here? Will I ever have friends? Will I always be lonely like this? Will I always be stuck in this hermit energy? No, I really don't think that you will. I think that you've been put there for you to develop a sense of oneness with yourself, again with this Virgo energy, and perfecting yourself on the inside, focusing on your own health, focusing on your mental health, your spiritual health. But now I feel like there's a change in the air where you're desiring to step out of this kind of isolation is what I'm hearing. But I do feel like within the next 7 days, it might hit hard that like, dang, I really feel super isolated. It might hit hard, but I do feel like the answer is going to be, look, create another version of self, tap into that alter ego, and start perfecting it. And when I say perfecting, but start analyzing who that other side of you is, what is willing to explore. I feel like this is very coming of age energy. Beautiful, the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So look, there's soulmates for you. There are relationships for you. There are people for you. It's going to still take some time. I know. I hate the P word. I hate the P word. Patience. I hate that word. But I really do feel like with the 7 of Pentacles to the Hermit card, there's still some work that you have to do. There's still some lessons that you have to learn on your own. But don't worry about it, because in the next 7 days, I guess what I'm getting, within the next 7 days, you're not meeting like your soul tribe. You know, you're not going to fall in love. It's kind of what I'm getting with the 7 of Pentacles being in the heart of this reading. But it's coming. It's coming. It's really soon. Like if it's not in the 7 days, then it's in the span window, you know, of when you're going to really feel abundant. And look, we have the 5 to the 10 of Cups. So there certainly is a change and a shift in, I feel like, what is it? Double your pleasure, double your fun. Double mint gum. But like, I really just feel like you're about to double your pleasure and double your fun. You're going from this extreme drought to like being wet, you know what I'm saying? So I really just feel like there's a patience that's required with the 7 of Pentacles here, and still remaining to self-analyze and figure out what you want to do. Do not let the world define who you are. That's that Aries energy. That's why you got to tune into it. You can't let the world define who you are. You define yourself first and then let the world accommodate, okay? And that's like a real Aries, Moon, Aquarius, Sun person, Gemini rising, which my energy is all over this reading. So I'm trying to give you some advice. Take it from me. Just do what you want. Like there's some thinking, there's some analyzation. There's a lot of Virgo energy here. So I don't think that you're quite as impulsive as an Aries would be. But there will be opportunities for you to express yourself as if you were. There will be opportunities for you to be that star, be that person who goes and gets what they want. It's just not right now. It's not going to be within these next 7 days, but it's soon. It really is soon. There's just some more work to be done. I feel like you still have to decide what it is that you want ultimately. Wow, we got the Wheel of Fortune. See, things will change. So if you're feeling a certain way right now, you will not be feeling that way forever. And that spirit really wants you to know that. The 4 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo energy again, Capricorn, Taurus again. So I know I specifically went on a Virgos, but I just feel like this is a very earth energy. We got Gemini represented here again too. So things will change, but not yet. Not yet with the 4 of Swords. There's still some things that are in the mix, pile 7. So within these next 7 days, I do feel like you could be still in this hermit mode where you feel like things aren't necessarily moving in your favor. But look, all around you, although you can't necessarily see it this 7 weeks, within this 7 days, maybe 7 weeks is when you will like really start to feel that. So what's that, like two months essentially? But all this is happening around you. Spirit is happening around you in order to put you in the best position possible. And I do think that there's just a level of patience that's still required. I'm sorry for using that word so much, but that just seems to be what's going on right now. So let's see. Yeah, the outer energies here, your circumstances are certainly changing. With the Wheel of Fortune to the 2 of Pentacles, you're not going to be sad. You really were not going to feel left out. Like, I feel like I just got this, I'm my only friend. You know, there's a reflective energy there. Like, I'm the only person who understands me. And right now, that might be the case. But I promise you, there's soulmate energy that's coming in. It's gonna catch you off guard. It's gonna catch you by surprise with the Hermit to the 4 of Cups. So on the inside, I think deep down, you know this. At the end of the day, I feel like you, Pile 1, you came to this reading probably knowing what this reading was gonna say. I feel like you're just like, ugh, I know that. I know, because this intuition is on point, and I feel like your soul and the universe, and you're getting signs, you're seeing repeating numbers, your birthday, whatever confirmations that you have, you know that it's coming. You know that there's a space for you, there's a friendship for you, there's a connection that's coming in for you. Perhaps you watch other tarot readings and they've all been like, you're meeting somebody, you're meeting somebody, you're meeting somebody, but you have to be patient. So you're sick of this reading. If you're even still watching this, I know you're like, oh God. But you already know what it is. So just take this as further confirmation that those changes are coming, although you might not feel it. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for the next 7 days for you as far as the tarot is concerned. But let's go ahead and dig into your the rest of the oracle cards. Wow, serenity. So peace and serenity. I just heard Big Girls Don't Cry, Fergie. Peace, serenity. I hope you know this is nothing to do with you. It's personal. Myself and I, we got some straightening out to do. And I'm gonna miss you like a child misses their blanket. But I got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now, and big girls don't cry. I try not to go through the whole song like that, but I felt like every line of that song was relevant to what's going on. And I do think you know that with the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles and Five of Cups. Big girls don't cry. Big boys don't cry. I feel like you want to, but you know deep, deep down, Pile One, there's really nothing to cry about, because like, you're actually fine. It's actually going to work out. And I can't help but being drawn to all this pink energy. So stepping into that divine energy. And then again, girls, big girls don't cry. So maybe you're trying to decipher in particular what kind of woman you want to be. And if you're a boy, you're trying to decipher what kind of man you want to be. But you don't have to answer those questions yet. Go along for the ride. You're still, I feel like there's a youthful energy here, or even if you consider yourself to be older, there's still no rush. I feel like you're like rushing against this clock that doesn't exist. You're not missing out on shiz sniggity. There is nothing going on over here. So take your time, read your books, listen to your music, spend that time that you so love with yourself. I think that you like being by yourself. I think that you like being alone, but there's like this weird desire, this wish fantasy that there's something else happening, that people are having more fun than you are, FOMO, but it's just not true, not right now. And trust me, when the loop opens up, when the wheel of fortune change, you will be riding those spiels to the cows come home. So don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. You're fine. Listen to your intuition. Exactly. I said a lot of you already know this. And I just say, I'm also hearing continue to follow the signs. Spirit and your angels and your guides are so subtle. It's so subtle how miracles happen. And I do think that you see it. When you think negative thoughts, you'll see something that says, hey, don't think that thoughts. You'll be like, man, I know I don't have this and that. And then within that second, your prayer will be answered. And that always happens. But instead of kind of looking at that, you like go, yay, that's so sweet. And then you're like, oh, like you don't sit in that energy. And that's coming from me. I'm really working on that. I'm very bad at that. I'm very bad because I'm very impatient. So I get it. I'm not coming at you and wagging your finger, tisk, tisk. No, I could probably watch this reading and I'll be like, So we're in this together. Trust me, we're all in this together. I have a feeling that the collective reading is going to be like this. But for you, continue to follow your intuition. Meditate and contemplate. Absolutely beautiful Piscean energy here. I'm also getting with this Pisces energy, it kind of is giving me 7 of Cups. And I feel like that is that FOMO. And once you really sit down, ground yourself, meditate, get in tune with that, you're going to realize that there's nothing you're not missing anything. It's all about that hangman perspective shift. So be aware of that. Continue to do your practices if you don't. And that's been such a huge theme. And even my Cosmo Weekly, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you're missing out. That the needing to incorporate meditation, yoga techniques, and all the other stuff into everyday routines. So angels have been doing that, have been screaming that message out. Forgiveness. Interesting. I feel like there needs to be a forgiveness, not only of self, but of other people that might not be able to understand you. Again, I just feel like there's a high standard that you have on society. I think that this is Mother Mary or something. So there's this very pure virgin Virgo understanding, this idealistic perception that you have of people, friendships. And I do think that you have to be, again, realistic. This is all about setting realistic standards about what you want for friendships and companions, because you can wait out for the perfect friend if you want to, somebody who's going to be, you know, Johnny on the spot every time, and but I promise you, you're going to stay in this hermit mode, because there is no perfect friend, there is no perfect partnership, but there are soulmates and people who complement you, people who understand you, you know, not perfect. So just be aware of your expectations of when these, you know, relationships come in. Is it really worth being alone just because that's become more comfortable for you because you feel misunderstood? You know, that's just something that's for some of you, might not be for all of you, but you know, if it hit, it hit. Oh, this is so funny. So we got Divine Perfection, Archangel Mesodeck, and Selenite. So again, that very Virgo energy. So there is a need for perfection. And I feel like Spirit is saying, you know what? We have some extra time. So let me go ahead and do number 4 and read this, because I don't want to butcher this. Okay. So we got Divine Perfection. We bring you the gift of divine perfection. As you receive our gift, you will feel a wave of great peace move through your heart and mind. You will know you are exactly as you were divinely designed to be, that your life is proceeding in perfect timing, and that all is well. If there has been a matter causing you concern, allow us to bless the situation with the peaceful grace of the divine now. You shall receive the perfect resolution of that matter in accordance with unconditional love. There is no need to judge yourself for any decision or choice you have made. Forgive yourself and others now. There are so many blessings for you to receive, and no need for you to hold on to anything out of fear, shame, guilt, or regret. Free yourself as you surrender into realization of divine perfection. So that word forgiveness is huge. You can hit pause and read that for yourself, this part. That word forgiveness is huge. It was all over this. So again, I think it's just about setting realistic expectations on you, not only others, but yourself, okay? And then finally, we got Hawk Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. And that is absolutely beautiful. Pile number 1. I was about to say pile number 3. So maybe you want to watch that after if you're not satisfied with this reading. Excuse me. But pile number 1, I really do think that it's time for you to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. Let yourself ascend. Do the damn thing. Stop thinking about it so much and just start doing it. You will, if you put your foot out there, I do think that you will be received. The universe will receive you in the way that you're expecting. So that's absolutely beautiful. That's what I got for you as far as the Cosmo Quickie Pile 1. Thank you so much for your continued support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box below on information to book a personal reading with me. Follow me on Instagram. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, this is my little CashApp, or you can do it through PayPal if that interests you. But I so appreciate you guys. Hang in there. It's going to be okay. Patience is required. I know that that's annoying, but it's all good. All right. Peace until next time. So let's scootily daddle into pile number 2. It looks so crazy. So I'm like, you don't have to forgive me, pile 2. I know that this is crooked as heck, but hello, pile 2. This is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie for the week. And so this is what do you have to look forward to within the next 7 days, or what are your next 7 days going to look like? It's pretty open-ended, so I'm not sure how it's going to read out. Oops, excuse me. How it's going to read out, but that is the time frame that we're working with. So of course I'm going to put these aside. You know me. We're going to start with astrology, see what energies we're tuned into, then get into the tarot and end on oracles. If you're new to the channel, welcome. But please remember, I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements could be a little different than yours, but the energy should read about the same. And I highly recommend that you know both your sidereal and your tropical charts, just to get all different perspectives of self, right? So let's hop into it. We're starting the timer. Boom. All right. So pile 2, we're starting off with Pluto transformation. And I do want to say, I believe when I was picking up your cards, they flew out. These energies flew out. So I'm curious to see what's going to come up. But we're starting here with Scorpionic energy, Pluto. Major changes. So this is the window of the next 7 days. We're going to see how it vibrates, but let's see. Earth, element, stability. So something is going to be rattled. I'm really getting that this could be a move of some sort, a home movement of some sort for some of you guys. We got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo represent here, or there could be a change in plans. I'm specifically hearing there's been a change in plans within the next 7 days. 11th house, friends, Aquarius energy represented here. Let's keep going. 5th house, this same thing. I knew it. Wow. Pile 1, they had similar energies. I split up the cards differently, so it's not the same cards, but same energies. There's been a change in plans. I feel like you certainly are trying to step out of the box. You're trying to stand out for something in the same way Pile 1 has. And I feel like you're in this energy of like do or die. Like I have to do this. I have this moment. I need to take it. Solar eclipse revolution. So more Leo energy coming in, more Leo Aquarius energy. It's both. So you got to stand out. This is so funny. This is so funny. You're really working to stand out. That's your biggest thing right now. There's been a change in plans. There's been a change of heart for some of you guys, and you're looking at yourself from a different perspective. And I feel like for you, within the next 7 days, pile number 2, this is beautiful. You're going to be like, I've been thinking too small. I've been thinking too little. Bigger, better, more. I can do it. I believe in myself. I just got really excited. So I feel like there's like a poof of excitement that's going to come to you within this next 7 days. That's going to be like bigger, more. I think that the earth stability, you've been really concerned about that, or you've been concerned about a home, or you could be clinging on to something, but the moment that you stop clinging on to it and you realize that the universe is taking it away from you in order for you to think outside the box, you're going to feel better. You're going to realize exactly why the universe orchestrated the way that you did. But I feel like it might be stimulated with a little competition. So let's keep going. Sun. So this ego energy with Leo. So there's a lot of ego here, but I really feel like this is the positive side of ego. We talk about ego in a negative way. And even negative has a negative connotation, so language is limiting. So bear with me here. But I do feel like when it comes to your ego, you are in the process of building yours up. I feel like you need to be building yours up. Ego is the reason that gets you up in the morning. Ego is the reason that makes you do the things that you love to do. You have to have an ego in order to establish yourself. Now, where the issue comes in is when you put your egos over God's, right? When you put your ego over God's will. When you really can form an ego and be in tune with your ego, it is when yourself, your divine self, your human self, and God's will are perfectly aligned, and you're messing in that, and you're stepping in that purpose. That is when ego functions at its highest vibration. That is when the sun is the brightest. That is when you can see clearly. That is when the world is open to you. And that dance is a tightrope of a dance, pile 2. But I do feel like you're in the need to build up your ego. You're in this space where it's time for you to stop thinking about other people, stop thinking about your friends, and embrace your creative side and step into that Leo's energy. Let's keep going. Jupiter, abundance, Sagittarius, Pisces energy represented here. So I am getting creativity. Yeah, I was about to say, and I thought the next card was Pisces. So I really do feel like this has to deal specifically with a project, a side project. For a lot of you guys, it could be an artistic project, or if it's not arts in the traditional sense, then it would be something that is very specific, right? Like it could be applied to something along the lines of like you're applying to med school, okay? Something like that. But I feel like this is where you really shine. This is really up to you. It's time for you to get that abundance and also continuing to have faith. I'm also seeing that luck is on your side. So there's all this fire energy. There's something that's unique about you that only you can do. And once you embrace that and you step into that ego, then you will see that the universe that's all that spirit wanted from you the whole time, was to believe in yourself. As cheesy as that sounds, I really feel like the moment that you take reins of your situation and believe in yourself, you're going to see how the world unfolds for you. But you have to take that first step and stop trying to hide behind other people. Stop trying to hide in the shadow. I'm really getting a juxtaposition there. So yeah, we got Aries, boom, all this fire. So you got all the fire planets represented here. And this artist with this Piscean energy. So I really get, it's about following that divine intuition. There's something here that's like illogical, and I feel like spirits like skip logic if you're using logic, you're hurting yourself. If you were, yeah. And there's another reader, the Hermit Tarot. I'm a real good fan. I'm a fan of hers. I recently discovered her channel and I really like it. But she was just talking about like how ego and not ego, how logic and intuition don't even belong at the same table. And they really, really don't. I thought it was interesting how she worded that. But I'm like, yeah, if you're using your logical mind, we got Mercury, so Gemini, Virgo represented here, in order to answer these very spiritual, intuitive questions, well, then you're in quite the pickle. I feel like Spirit is kind of saying the less that you think, the more successful that you're going to be in the long run. You're thinking too much, you're thinking too hard, you're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. And so Spirit is like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I gave you the gifts. I gave you the talent. I gave you the smarts. I gave you everything that you need to be successful. This is going to be an opportunity for you to jump towards that. If you outthink yourself from this blessing, then that's on you, because I gave you everything that you were supposed to have is kind of what I'm getting. So maybe you will be wrestling with this idea within the next 7 days. So let's look into your tarot now. I'm really curious because this is pretty big energy. Anytime you start off with Pluto as your top energy, that's a pretty big significant shift. So this could be a significant week, but let's look into the cards. So we're starting off here with the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. I really just feel like there's changes. There's some type of change to your stability. There's change in a home. But I really feel like intuitively you knew that this was coming, and you're welcoming it to an extent. Once you stop fighting your logic, the Five of Wands is normally depicted with that competition. And with the Queen of Cups, this is directly what I was just talking about fighting your own intuition. There does seem to be something that needs to be let go, some sense of comfort that needs to be let go of in order for you to fully embrace this energy. You know, if I was the type of person to read reversals, I don't typically read them, but I would definitely put this Queen of Cups in reverse and this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, because I feel like you're in the sense where, because you haven't embraced this energy quite yet, you're feeling very stuck. You're feeling you're fighting yourself. But I'm hearing Spirit is like, stop fighting yourself and just go with the flow. Stop swimming upstream. Especially if you have any Pisces energy, or you have access to Pisces energy, directly, because you have planets there. We all have access to all energies. But if you claim Pisces and you have that, I feel like you're focusing on the wrong fish right now. You're focusing on that logical fish. Maybe you've depended too much on the intuitive fish before, and so there's like this sense of losing hope, or losing like faith in yourself and in your decisions. And you're just like, man, I've just done shit out of impulse before. Or it could be that Aries energy too, and it didn't work out. And so now you're scared. But I really, really hear that, like, tune back into it. Let's keep going. The King of Pentacles, the Temperance card, Sagittarius, Pisces energy again, and the Three of Wands, which is expansion and growth. So I am seeing with this King of Pentacles, I feel like this is your energy. I feel like, again, look at this conflict that we have of the two. But the Temperance card always represents bringing it together. I just looked at my timer and it said 1313. So 1313448. So this is like so I'm getting the infinity symbol. So I do feel like, again, there's major changes that are coming in, and it's faded within the next 7 days. But you're having to marry. Maybe for some of you guys, this could be marriage, but I feel like this is within for most of you. You're having to marry your masculine, logical, not necessarily logical with the Pentacle energy here, but practical self with your more intuitive, kind of flighty self. So maybe you are a earth water mix. Earth, water, fire is kind of what I'm hearing specifically. So you're having to learn what is the perfect concoction, what is the perfect amount of practicality, what is the perfect amount of intuition in order for me to land on this Ten of Pentacles, because it's here, it's coming for you. The Three of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles here, you are headed towards that stability, but it seems like there's this mix that has to go on around you, and you're fighting it a little bit. So let's look. We got, ooh, wow, the Eight of Wands, beautiful. So there is movement. There is movement. I do feel like some of you are reestablishing somewhere. It could have been for school in somewhat. And then we got the Star card, beautiful Aquarius energy coming out again in the Two of Wands. So I just feel like, again, it goes back to the original how we started here, and just being like, think bigger, think broader, think grander. There's something that could be limited, and you know that, but your practical self is screaming that this has to work, this has to be the thing, because this is the practical solution. But deep down, you know it's not. Let it go. I just heard specifically let it burn, Usher, but I just heard let it burn, burning down the house. Like, there's so many, I just got like all these like images of fire, and not necessarily that anything's going to be on fire, I'm not getting that, but or it could be your own fire, your own passion, your own desire. But I just feel like it's time for you to move on, and Spirit is forcing you to stop fighting your intuition. The moment you stop fighting your intuition, then you'll be in rhythm. I am getting this inner energy that's happening here. I'm getting some of you, of course, could be meeting an old time friend or somebody that you haven't heard from in a long time. I'm specifically hearing that this person's birthday is in January or February is what I'm hearing. So that could be a sign for some of you, maybe one or two of you. That's okay. It's a general reading. But I do feel like you could be reconnecting with an old friend, or you could be meeting up with somebody from a distance. I do feel like it's an old familiar energy. I don't feel like it's a new person. I feel like it would be a healing energy from an old friend. You get an old visit from an old friend, and it'll really spark you up. It'll put things into perspective for you. So keep your lines open, keep your lines open is what I'm hearing. And then for the outside energies, I'm really just getting to please these changes are happening. These changes are instigated for you to get a move on it and think bigger. So there is a level of planning here with the Two of Wands. There is a level of planning that's required, but there's this ultimate level of wish fulfillment. Beautiful energy here. Faith to friends. So friends seem to be a huge part of this energy for this 7 days. But I feel like some of your friendships might be changing, right? But I do feel like some of your friendships are going to be healed. So this is really beautiful. I think once you learn how to get into the mix of things, then you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. So within the next 7 days, expect some really great communication that's going to fill you back up, but really learn to really try this week to ground yourself, and understand that your intuition is leading you in the right way. It's not trying to trick you. It's not trying to trick you. So just go for it is really what I'm hearing. Ugh, this is my nail. Excuse me. Okay. My nail was driving me nuts. All right. Let's move into your oracles. So this is like no explanation point. I really think that this is no to doubting yourself. I do. I think that the Spirit is just like, no, you're fine. Whatever it is that you're like, but what? No, it's going to work out. You are making a mountain out of a molehill when you look back on it. I know, and I'm saying this with as much love, compassion, and as grace in my heart. Yes, King of Pentacles energy, whatever your hurdles are, particularly if it's dealing with home, it's scary. I understand that. But deep down, you are always meant to do something bigger and something more. This is the universe answering your manifestations in a way that can be easy or hard, depending on how you allow the energy to flow through you, is really what I'm getting. But no explanation point. Anytime you start thinking and doubting and being like, but I don't have, no. Hear that? No. NOWAH. No. Okay, is what I'm hearing. I'm very serious. Wow, so funny. A fiery climax approaches. So that Aries energy, that's what I'm just getting, like that, and that might be your favorite word from here on out. So here for the next 7 days, you might be saying no to things. You might be like, I need to do more for myself. I just got like this energy here of like, and this isn't scary, but I just feel like you could be sitting in a place this week and just be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I here? I don't like anything here. I'm better than this. Why have I wasted my time? I'm leaving. And you might leave under a grand exit. That's not for everyone. If that doesn't sound like something that you do, then I'm not saying that you're just going to randomly do it. But for others of you, you've known that this energy has been knocking at you to get a move on. And I feel like this will be the week where it just becomes unbearable. And you're like, I have to move. Like, I'm jittery. Like, I would literally stand up right now and like start moving if I wasn't doing this, because that's how passionate I am about this next 7 days for you. And then again, we got how many wands? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this fire energy here. So we got 5 out of 9 9 cards representing fire energy. So it's like, get a move on. Liberation. And look at that eagle flying high. Yeah, you're just like, you gotta bust out, like you're busting out of a situation. And you know, and it's been coming. So that's what's coming in for the next 7 days. This is a timeless reading. So whenever you find it, you know, from this Monday, this is a Monday that I'm posting this. So from this day to the next day, then, you know, you'll see how free it's going to be. But I do feel like you take that option to get your own freedom. Some of you are really choosing to like move out on your own. Like you're sitting in your house being like, I need to move. I'm moving. That's it. I'm leaving. That's it. I'm doing something. Cleansing. So that's why I do feel like there is a sense, I'm seeing the word specifically sacrifice. I think that you're growing and maybe the people around you in some circumstances aren't. You're outgrowing certain situations. Let yourself soar. Let yourself fly. Cleanse yourself. You know, this temperance energy is very patient. That's the one thing that I really appreciate about the temperance card. And Jupiter energy, specifically Sagittarius more so, where it's just this really patient energy. It's a mixture of luck, it's a mixture of arrogance, it's a mixture of just God's favor, that Sagittarius tend to know that it's just going to work out. It's going to work out. I'm not stressed. It's going to work out. So I really feel like that energy needs to be carried around you. And in the meantime, you need to be cleansing those energies that no longer serve you and those people. And if it comes at the form of some not blowouts, I don't feel like it'll be any of that, but I just feel like you're clearing your space. You're making room for something else. Oh, wow. We got Ascendant Master, Lady Nada, and Rhodochrosite. Sensitivity. I know I said that incorrect. Where's my little bookie book? So that's 21. So we're going to read this real quick. We got enough time. Perfect. Right on schedule. So it says, we bring you the blessing of sensitivity. Being sensitive in this world can be tough sometimes, yet your sensitivity is essential if you are to consciously feel and work with subtle energy. Receiving and sending telepathic transmissions, feeling and releasing energetic cords, tingling with exquisite blessings of divine love, sensing the whispers of divine grace, and seeing the luminous sparkling particles of life force dancing wildly in the beauty of shimmering Yorick fields in dazzling and colorful display. To be given the gift of sensitivity to perceive the energetic world is like being invited to the most special and extraordinary exhibit of sacred art. You may have struggled with your sensitivity, found it difficult to bear during times of emotional suffering, yet you have a great gift and it will bring you so much joy. If you are learning to develop your sensitivity, we will help you so you can feel uplifted as you witness the energetic beauty of creation. Oh my gosh, didn't I say that this was my artist group? I'm here, hit pause, read that again. So you know, this little part in italics. That's absolutely gorgeous. I really feel like you're talented. You can do whatever it is that you're meant to do. I'm so fired up for you. Fly high, cleanse those energetic cords. There are people that are bringing you down and it's just guilty by association. They're not coming at you maliciously. They're just there. And you're like, why am I here? Why are you there? You know, ask yourself that same question. The next 7 days, it's really going to be brought in. But I feel like you felt like your sensitivity before was, not a curse. I'm not hearing a curse, but you felt like it didn't work in your favor. Oh, yeah, a curse. A curse. I really feel like you're like, dang it. If I could just be this King of Pentacles, if I could just have a steady job, if I could just do what everybody else does and make money and save up, I would be a better person. Stop, pile 2. That's not your journey. You were gifted to be an empath. You were gifted to be a creative, and you are so talented. Go for it. This is the 7 days. Within the 7 days of you finding this video, this is when you need to start redirecting your language with spirit about what you want, because right now your prayers are just to survive. You need to switch your prayers to thriving, pile 2, is really what I'm hearing. And I think you know that. So we got Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So beautiful energy to end on. Again, specifically talking about your intuition and following that. For some of you guys with that solitude, it is time for you to break out of patterns, jobs, situations that you know you've outgrown. These are the 7 days for you to start thinking about it. I'm not saying walk into your job tomorrow and quit, but I'm saying this is going to be the week where you really, really start thinking about that and wanting more for yourself. I really do feel that, pile number 2. So this was a lovely reading. I just imagine, think bigger, think better, think broader. You were made perfectly. Don't keep fighting your sensitivity, that Pisces energy. Don't keep fighting that side of you. It's just not who you are. Embrace yourself instead of trying to fight yourself. So then nobody has to worry about it. You know, that's really what I'm getting for you, pal, too. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know if this resonated. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out that description box. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can shoot me an email. And yeah, this is my Cash App card, guys. If you're interested in donating to the channel, if you appreciate this type of content, I really appreciate your donations, even if it's $1, $5, or prayers. It really makes a hell of a lot of a difference. This is Cash App. PayPal is in my description box below. But thank you so much, pal 2. Peace until next time. So now we are moving on to our pal number 3. Alrighty. Oops, that's not even close to the middle. Okay. Hello, pile number 3. This is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie. So this is what will the next 7 days look like. I've left it pretty open-ended, so I'm not sure if it's going to be feelings, if it's going to be actual actions or people or whatever. So we're just down for the ride. We're going to see what comes up, guys. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you have been here. So let's dig into it. If you're new, then you should know that I typically start off with astrology of some sort. I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements could be a little different than yours, but the energy should read about the same. But I highly recommend that you do look into sidereal versus tropical placements, just so you have an idea of both, you know, just so you can get as many perspectives of yourself as possible. So without any further ado, let's hit this timer and get into your quickie. What is going on within the next 7 days? So we're starting off here with the 12th house, escape. So I'm imagining, pile 3, that there's a lot of mind activities going on, a lot of imagination. Let's keep going. Mercury. Oh my God, I promise you I didn't see that. That's so funny. I feel like you're genuinely in your imagination. You're escaping through your mind. Perhaps you feel, pile 3, that your circumstances are just like not serving you. And so the only escape that you have is your mind. I am hearing with 12th house, please be mindful of any addictive qualities that you have. I'm speaking to myself too. Like, you know, be easy on the alcohol. You can drink alcohol to have a good time, but if you're drinking alcohol to numb yourself, then you need to look into that. You know what I'm saying? If you're smoking crazy, look into that. If you're whatever your vice is, it could be sex, anything, then look to see why you're doing that thing. Is it to escape? That's just a little tip. No, I got a little image of the devil in my head. That's for, you know, it might not be for everybody, but I think that some of you need to hear that note, because I just feel like your circumstances, pile 3, are no longer serving you. So you're like, I need to get out of here some kind of way. Let's keep going. Mars, force. There's strong desires. Whew, for some of you guys, I don't know. I just got like sex. That's just what I hear. Sex. So maybe within the next 7 days, you're going to have sex. I'm sorry if this wasn't that type of reading, if this was inappropriate for you, but sex is a part of life. You wouldn't be here without it. So I hope that it doesn't make you cringe. But I feel like some of you guys are maybe really desiring to have sex, but let's keep going. Yeah, destiny. Woo. And grand trine blessings. Oh my goodness. So within the next 7 days, and Grand Cross Provoker. Whoo, there's a lot happening here. There's a lot happening here. It could deal... I don't even know what to say. This is so much. I feel like you, pile 3, are going to have like the most complicated 7 days. Because you got all this like grand energy. Everybody else had regular, like astrology cards, which makes sense. These are like life-changing energies here. But for some reason with this Mars force, we got Aries, Scorpio represented here. I take this as a Jupiter card. So Pisces and Sagittarius. I just really feel like there could be an energy here with a couple. It feels like there's passion. It feels like sex. It feels like desire. For some of you guys, it genuinely could be some life-changing. You know what? Let me broaden that out while I'm being pulled to the red. It could be something creative too. I'm getting root chakra. So it's something that's based in the root chakra. Sex, anger, creativity. They all come from the same space. So that is being highly activated within the next 7 days. Literally the ice cream truck is going by right now. Not sure if you can hear that, but anyways, this could be a major 7 days as far as things, the shifting, changes, some information coming in, but your mind is going to be like screeching to get to like move forward or do something. Let's keep going. Let us keep going. This is very interesting to start off with. Libra energy represented, Taurus. So a lot of Venus. So there could be some social events that come in with the Libra energy here. There could be some luxury. I just heard work so hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. Try so hard picking up the plate, and now we get the lay back. That's luxury. Gwen Stefani. Sugar baby sexy. Okay, anyways. And that song is about a power couple. You know, she's not with that person anymore. But that song is really a love song about, man, we worked so hard. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the tarot, like, connection energies come up. But regardless, very Venetian ruled energy right here. You're doing things that are luxurious. You could be buying certain things. You could just feel there could be an increase of money. I just feel like there's a destined blessing that's coming in, but at the same time that blessing is triggering, but it's balance. This is bringing balance to your overall aesthetic. This is bringing balance. I just heard the word aesthetic so clearly. But this is bringing balance to your karma is kind of what I'm hearing. Let's keep going. I can't. This is a lot. So we got Uranus, which isn't helping at all. Speaking of a lot. So we got a lot of changes. Aquarius energy coming in here. Revolutionary awakening. This could be a major 7 days where there's just going to be a lot coming at you at one time. Oh my gosh. That daggone ice cream truck is throwing me off. Beep, 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 beep. I wish it would go by. I'm so sorry, guys. And I apologize more if you can't hear it, because then I just sound like a psycho. But I promise you it's out the window. Okay, it's turning the corner. Okay, so we're probably going to go over time, but that's fine. We got Cancer energy here and Sagittarius. Whoo, see, and these energies aren't eclipse, but I feel like there's an energy here of like, you're being called out of your comfort zone. Something happens in your house unexpected and you get an unexpected trip to do something. I just feel like something is shaking up and it seems out of nowhere. It's a blessing, but at the same time, it's not. You're like, oh golly, I have other stuff happening. I have other responsibilities or whatever. But I really do get with this Libra scale. I'm getting that pile 3, you put this work in for you. This is between you and the universe. You put this work in. This is Spirit giving you those blessings to kind of to take you to the next level. So accept it. It's kind of what I'm hearing. Like, this is a gift from the universe with that Libra scale. Accept it. Because I do feel like whatever it is, it might be some money for some of you with these two energies here. Like, you just get an increase and you're able to do something nice for yourself. If you have the opportunity to do something nice for yourself within the next 7 days, then do it. Step out of your comfort zone. See past the limitations. I just imagine that there could be some very unexpected energies that come up. Whew. Let's go ahead and get into these freaking tarot cards, because this was a lot. This is a lot for 7 days, guys. Whew. All right. Oh gosh, the Knight of Cups coming in. Oh my gosh, the Star card and the Queen of Pentacles. So we got Aquarius represented again. I do feel like somebody within the next 7 days really wants to come in and heal something. This could be something that you've been waiting for patiently. For some of you, it could be that you get a creative idea and you sit with this idea and you're able to pursue it. For others of you, it's an actual person that's coming in and trying to, kind of woo you back over or set the balance scale straight. That person could be a Libra. That person could be a Sag or a Cancer or Taurus. For others of you, I feel like it's both. I feel like it's a mixture of both. That's why this is such an all over the place reading, because there's so many different energies that are coming for you, but it is a wish fulfillment. You can be prepared to start standing out with this Queen of Pentacles and the Star card. That's a lovely combination. And like I said, again, just talking about money, strong Taurus energy here. So this could be something that you've put your energy into for a long time and you're starting to see the payoffs. You're starting to see the inklings of what it all meant. But I do feel like it's unexpected. There's something that's uncomfortable about this awakening that happens. There's something that's a little uncomfortable. I feel like I'm hearing specifically like the momentum comes and you have to take it, but you weren't expecting the momentum to happen as fast as it did. Hence why it's a blessing, because you wanted this to happen, but the timing of it is a little tricky dicky within the next 7 days. So we'll keep going. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. Wow. The Ten of Pentacles and the Tower card. So just more unexpected energy, just more shifts. Like I really do feel, especially with that grand blessing, grand provoker, grand blessing, this is a Tower moment. Like there's something unexpected, but I do feel like it's on the more positive end. Of course, we'll be able to look with that last row, but the Ten of Pentacles really makes me happy, especially being next to the Queen of Pentacles, because I do feel like you're getting work. You know, work is happening. You've been sitting, you've been doing your best, and finally the investments are going to start coming in, striking like lightning. You know, you're gonna be like, dang, I was not expecting it to happen that way. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. She's all on me. Oh man, I can't believe that she want me. I don't know if that's the right lyrics, but I feel like that's happening one way. And then the next way, again, just that stability of a relationship, if that's something that you've been manifesting. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups. Let's look at the last row. Whew. Oh my gosh. Six of Cups. Ugh. The Four of Wands. Wow, the Moon card. Oh my gosh. And you guys got an extra card, and I'm happy that I took it. Wow. Wowzers, pile 3. I really do feel like this is going to be a major week of insight, clarity coming in, the Moon to the Ace of Swords. Something that you've been waiting for is going to be brought to light. I feel like it's multiple things. I feel like your love life is about to take a step. I do want to say this, pile number 3, this is certainly somebody from your past. I would almost bet my bottom dollar on it with the Six of Cups here, and even the Four of Wands. This is somebody that you would consider to be your soulmate, specifically your twin flame. You could be receiving some sort of information, perhaps an apology from this person. You've been waiting, but they want to clear up some information. It could involve children. It could involve mother of children. I feel like it's everything, to be honest, with the Moon to the Ace of Swords. I really get this energy where somebody's like, I'm coming clean. Hillary Duff, let's go back to the beginning, back to when the stars, the moon, and earth all aligned. Somebody just wants to take it back to the beginning and clarify the entire situation. And this is something that's so unexpected. That's kind of the outer world that I'm getting. So the outer, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups to the Moon card with the Ace of Swords. Somebody wants to clear something up from the past. They see you as kind of like this Queen of Pentacles. You perhaps been waiting for it, and you've been focusing on work and self, you know, and they recognize that. So they want to come in and be like, hey, I see you. I appreciate you. Let's talk it out. Let's talk about it. For some of you, the inner energy, we have the Queen of Cups, the Star, the Tower to the Four of Wands. So without this extra, like I said, that's the outside. What's happening internally is like you're starting to feel yourself shine. Things are starting to make sense. I'm getting Aquarius, Scorpio. I'm feeling very scorpionic energy where like your privacy is about to be shattered is what I'm hearing. Or you're going to find a group of like-minded people, or like somebody... This Four of Wands is, I'm getting kind of like this energy of... there's just a really receptive energy for something that you did. Like maybe, I don't know. And I feel like feminine energy is really important to it. Especially with these two queens. There's something that you did. And I feel like people are like, oh my gosh, we've been waiting for you. We've been looking for you. We wanted you to be here. And you're like, dang, I didn't even know that I was invited to the party. I didn't even know there was a party. And they're like, man, we've been waiting for you. That's what I keep hearing. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you. That's really interesting. Let me see. I am going to pull a little bit of extra clarifiers. Like I knew this was going to happen because I was like, this is kind of a little bit of a complex reading, but that's totally fine. I just feel like there's a lot happening within the next 7 days, but I'm really getting an energy of like, we've been waiting for you. Or there's just like an audience, you know, like there's an audience to what you've been trying to do, pile 3. The other end of it too is following your intuition. If this is about a bag, too, I'm really getting that. The more that you followed your intuition, yes, it's been in the shadows. Yes, you've been putting in work. Yes, it felt like no one has necessarily noticed, but look at the clarity that's coming in. You're going to shine, which is absolutely beautiful. So Spirit, can we get 3 more cards just to see if I'm interpreting this correctly? Just 3 more cards, please, Spirit, for pile 3. But I just feel money. Money's going to be shifting. The Four of Swords. And I'm being called to that eye. Like, there's just eyes on you. The Seven of Pentacles. One last card, please, Spirit. One last card, please, Spirit. For pile 3. Okay, and they gave us 2. I'm really getting, okay, so we got 2 of Swords at the bottom of this deck, and I feel like Spirit is saying, like, you can't look for it. It's going to catch you off guard. If you're expecting it to happen, then it's not going to happen, especially with the Tower. It's not going to be what you expect. It's not going to come when you think it's going to come. It's going to be completely unexpected as it moves forward, which is nuts. So we got the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles again. So just wait for it. It might not be with, no, we got the 7 here. I was about to say it might not be in the next 7 days for everyone, but I do feel like this is a quick energy. Oh my gosh, I hate saying that because I hate time, but regardless, it's like the moment that you release it, the moment that you stop focusing on it, the 4 of Swords, and you don't think about it, you're going to like wake up and you're going to like, ah! I can't believe all this happened. So it's kind of on you. The Spirit is going, you know, it's like if you were just continuously, if it was a Christmas present and you kept looking up your Christmas presents and your parents keep hiding them different places because they know you're looking for it. The moment that you stop looking for it, they'll literally hand it to you, but you need to stop looking for it is what I'm hearing, especially with that 4 of Swords. Take it easy. For some of you guys, this could come in the form of like, I don't know, like you could be sleeping. Like I get an energy like you might wake up to this information from both. So there's a lot happening. All right, now let's move into your oracles. Okay, so we got within the next few months. So that's an interesting time frame. So I do feel like these are steps. I am being guided to these steps. So this isn't, there's a spark that is certainly coming up within the next 7 days, but this is something that is going to continue to take time. Again, we're looking at the 10 of Pentacles here. The 10 of Pentacles came out twice, and we have the Ace of Swords. So there is an opportunity for you to follow an inspiration that within the next few months, it'll make sense and it's going to improve. So this is like that's why it's so complicated, because Spirit is kind of being like, hey, brace yourself, brace yourself. These next few months are going to be crucial for where you feel like you're going to end up. Your intuition is going to be crucial. You're going to be meeting soulmates, twin flames. You're going to be addressing energy with old soulmates, old twin flames. You're going to be meeting new ones, soul tribes. So there's a lot happening. It's a blessing, but things are changing. El Rapido is what I heard. El Rapido, like seriously. So just be prepared for that. Wow, a new romantic cycle begins, guys. New moon in Libra, Libra energy again. Very Venetian. I feel like it really has to do with luxury. It has to deal with finances. It has to do with your social life. Like, it's just a romantic cycle. Romance in the sense of like a romantic novel, where that from the top to bottom, it's just very over the top dramatic. I feel like you're just stepping into this energy of, you're like just over the top. You're feeling yourself. You have this romance that you built with yourself because it's taken so long for this to come through, you know? I'm also being told that you could be hearing from people from like your hometown or from old friends too. In addition to that lover energy that I'm getting, that apology, like expect a few people to come in. Meditation. You're going to want to meditate. And we got Buddha right here. So you could be looking into Buddhist chants. I know I have been trying to incorporate them into my routine, but you're really going to want to ground yourself through these next changes, because there's a lot happening. There's a lot shifting for you, but those scales are tipping in your favor for sure. So you're really going to want to learn how to ground yourself. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles in the middle, because there's going to be so many shifts that are happening around you. The Tower, right? That you're going to want to be calm in the storm, because if you get wrapped up in the storm, you're going to freak yourself out, if that makes sense. You're going to psych yourself out, just because it's a lot of changes that are happening. It's going to be scary. And if you let your logical mind invade your reality too much, your intuitive reality too much, you're going to think like, oh crap, what am I doing? Like in the middle of the eye of the storm, you're going to be like, I'm in a freaking storm. Oh my God. Like in the middle of the tornado, you don't want to realize that you're in a tornado. Just be like, I'm in a tornado. Everything is spinning. Eventually it's going to stop and I'm going to land and it's going to be cool. So there is this energy of Spirit is like trying to tell you to prep is what I'm hearing, because these changes are coming in and it's going to be different. It really is. So we got this beautiful Ascended Master Lao Tzu and Zeitite. Zinsight, descending power. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. Where is the book? Okay, and that is 28. Okay. Descending power. We bring you the blessing of descending power. This is the powerful downward current of the energy that allows for manifestation, for strengthening of the spiritual connection to the body, and of bringing your light to earth. In the spiritual tradition, there is much emphasis on energy rising. Yet without the balance of descending power, you will feel lost in your mind, scattered in your thinking, and frustrated in your efforts to see the inspired ideas you receive translated into completed tasks in the physical world. The uprising power helps you shift frequencies and access inspiration, while the descending power helps you ground to create. Oof, man. There's a time and a place for both the rising and descending currents of divine energy. You were guided to attend at this time to the descending power to make best progress on your life's journey. Wow. Okay, so hit pause in this part in italics if you want to read that. I really do feel like that is magnificent advice because you've really climbed the mountain. Now it's time. Again, there's really nothing that you can do. What I'm hearing, hence the meditation, the silence in the store, hence the Queen of Pentacles, hence the Queen of Cups, regardless if you're a masculine or a feminine. It's just telling you your wish fulfillments are coming in this unexpected way. There's nothing that you can do. The universe has heard you. They're going to be coming in you. You can't express your power any more than you've already expressed it. Be still. You're in this feminine energy. I feel like so many of you Pal 3s have been absolutely in this masculine energy. You've been doing the damn thing. Like, you've been doing it in your love life. Like, you have been the man, regardless of your gender. You have really fought to get what you want. So much yin energy. Now Spirit is asking you to so much yang energy. Now Spirit is asking you to step into that yin and that receiving energy. That's why you can't really do anything but sit there. Like, these people are coming to you. This information is coming to you. This insight and clarity is coming to you. All you have to do is follow your intuition and you will be fine. The Ten of Pentacles again came out twice. And we have this beautiful animal card of the buffalo, bison, abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. And I'll add meditation to the back of that. But you are protected. What didn't it say? Keep me through the storms of life. Isn't that what I was just saying? This is going to feel like a storm, but you're fine. You're in the eye of the storm. This is really what you wanted. This is what you've been manifesting. This is what you've been praying for. Now you're going to be dealing with it, but just sit in that energy. I'm hearing, yes, opportunities are coming, but you have within the next few months to kind of build this. You don't make any decisions. Maybe seeds are going to be planted within the next 7 days that you'll really fully be addressing in the next few months. But I just really get this energy here of, I forgot what I was going to say, but I just really get this overall energy of you sitting in this space of meditation and you allowing these energies to come in with the descending power, and you just sitting and not having to be the man. Like, you don't have to do that anymore. It's time for you to just allow the universe to work for you. It's not working against you. But this week you're going to be receiving a lot of clarity and insight, about things that you felt like you were in the dark on before. Now I don't know if you're going to really be able to act on that information. That's what I'm hearing. You're probably not going to be able to act on the information as soon as you get it, but it's going to help you tremendously. Okay. So that is what I got for you. Please, I on my side note, the last thing that I'm getting for some of you guys, you could end up receiving some information or something about your mother or maternal figure. It's fine. I don't think that it's bad at all with the Tower card, especially with the Star, Four of Wands here. Maybe there's some homecoming, there's mother's homecoming or something, but you're going to be finding out information about the feminine. For some of you, it could be you're finding out that you are pregnant and about to become a mother. I am getting that. So just be aware. But it's fine. That was nothing negative. I just want to say it because I saw it right here. Anyways, that's what I got for you, pile 3. I absolutely hope that this made sense, and I wish you the best on your journey. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box below. And here is my Cash App card. If you'd like to donate to the channel, if you're feeling giving, I highly appreciate it. $1, $5, or just prayers in the energy exchange really help me. This is for Cash App. If you like PayPal, that information is in my description box below. Do not hesitate to hit me up for a reading, guys. I appreciate you so very much, and I wish you the best on your journeys. Peace until next time.